Hey Lon, hi folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I use he and pronouns. I'm going back to the same park and I'm sitting on the exact same rock that I filmed the other videos in. Because this is a nice place. This is a nice place. So in this video, I sort of want to talk about my dream job, and I mentioned this in other videos here and there, but I haven't actually made a separate video about it. And that's, I want to enlist in the military. And my dream job is to actually serve in the military as a clinical psych. A clinical psych in the military, that's my dream job. Um, Taking steps towards it, apply for clinical psych, study, still waiting for outcomes, whether I'm getting interview or am I successful. But clinical psych in the military is my dream job, and I wanted to join the military for over 5 years now. Like this younger me had this gravitation towards joining the military, and I never knew why. And even now, 5 years down the line, I still don't know why. But it's something I want to do, and I know that in the future, an answer will sort of emerge when time is right. It's sort of like with clinical psych. A few years ago, I wanted to be clinical psych, and still now I still want to be clinical psych. But back then, I didn't know why I want to be clinical psych. But now I do, and I think the same thing's gonna happen for why just understanding myself and why I want to serve in the ADF. As for a specific branch of the military, so in Australia we have Navy, Air Force, and Army. We don't have like Marines or anything like the US. Yeah, we just have Navy, Air Force, and Army. I'm very unlikely to join the Navy because my swimming skills, I can't swim, and I'm gonna have to learn how to swim before I enlist in the military. But Navy is just like the swimming requirements are much harder, and I'm not a very strong swimmer, and I'm not very keen on being on a ship for 3 to 6 months in the middle of the ocean. So um, I'm gravitating towards Army. Air Force is a possible option, but I'm really gravitating towards the Army at the moment, and I want to serve full time. And another thing is like I want to be deployed overseas in like the front lines. Like I want to be deployed overseas in the front lines, like a base at the front lines. I do. Don't know why still, but it's just something I'm really gravitating towards. Like deploy me. If I'm successful and I get into the military in the first place, I want to be deployed overseas after all the training and stuff like that. This might also sound weird, but I want to go through a boot camp. I don't know what the Australian boot camp is like, but just seeing the US boot camp documentaries and stuff on YouTube, especially the ones from Business Insider, I want to go through boot camp. Like, I want to be put in stress and test myself and do all of that. It might not sound appealing to other people, and that's okay, but it's really appealing to me. Like, I want to go through boot camp. But that's not like the only reason I want to join the military. I genuinely want to serve in the Australian Defence Force, and I've had many dreams of being in the military. Like I had a dream where I was just full army uniform and just my name on the army uniform. And there was another dream which is a bit funny, is when I was marching out of sync with everyone else, and like I don't know what they're called. I guess it depends on the rank, like the sergeant, the the drill instructor, whatever the title is. They were yelling at me because I wasn't marching. I was marching faster than everyone else, and it was just like everyone's marching equally, and I'm just like completely out of sync with everyone. And I remember screaming, "Yes, sir," really, really loudly in my dream, not in real life. Like, that was another dream I had. I also had a dream where I was a sniper. And I was a sniper, and I guess in video games, my favorite weapon is the sniper. And like, favorite infantry person is a sniper. Sniper. I always go for sniper. And I had a dream that I was a sniper in the military. Um, I also had a dream where I was in boot camp. I was at boot camp in the barracks. It was like, I don't know whether I was on an obstacle course or in the actual barracks near the beds where I would wake up, but I was in boot camp and I was very excited and I thought it was real, but then I'm like, ah shit, I woke up and we're like, oh no, it's not real. Um, this one was more recent. I had a dream where I was in an barracks. I don't know. It was like me and thousands of other troops in this building. The roof of the building was open. There were troops parachuting in from the air and stuff like that. I'm just like, wow. I thought it was real too. I'm like, wow. Like I wanted to be there, but then it wasn't real, and I woke up again. Not about dreams, but I think something I know about myself is that no matter how hard things get, and no matter how wounded I am, I can still survive and push through and push on. An example is the medical condition I had when I was 16, 17. The one where there were just giant wounds on my legs, autoimmune. I was bleeding 24/7. I had severe pain in my legs, like two wounded legs, severe pain, non-stop. My nervous system went out of whack. I was spitting out blood, a lot of blood, and all of this stuff. And I experienced severe mental health concerns at that time as well. So, serious medical conditions, serious mental health concerns. Yet, I managed to, I had the will and the psychological ability. My emotions were not, it was just out the window. My emotions were out the window. But psychologically, I had the ability to go to school. I dragged both my legs to class. I've dragged myself to class on wounded legs. I rode my bike to school. I studied. I went to class, and I guess I achieved better than average grades. My average grade for, I guess, depends on the subject, but for psych, I was an A student, for example. Yet, in the midst of all of this physical pain, mental health concerns, somewhere, somehow, I managed to study and ace my psych exams, for example. And I was like 16, 17. I think this sort of determination is and spirit is important because the military is not easy. I'm not in the military at the moment, but I know the military is not easy. Being in the military is not easy. Boot camp is not easy. Being deployed overseas on the front lines is not easy. And I think that it requires a lot of will and discipline and the survival mindset, really. Like, even if I get shot, God knows how many times, if I get stabbed, and this links to my self-defense video too, like, no, I'm not gonna stop fighting, and the only two things that can end me are I'm unconscious or I'm dead, as in terms of like self-defense, or I don't know, if I'm on the front lines or I'm in a combat zone and I get shot, that's not gonna stop me. I'm still gonna keep moving. I'm still gonna keep fighting. As long as I'm awake and conscious, I'm gonna keep fighting. Even if I have to crawl on the damn ground, inch by inch, that's what I'm gonna do. I have a survival mind. I'm like, I'm not gonna give up unless I'm unconscious or dead. And I think this sort of will and mindset is also important for being in the military as well. Just realized too, I think in the military, like, circumstances and stuff can be quite unpredictable. For example, on the front lines and an enemy decides to bomb the base. Like, and it's just still knowing how to keep cool, remain clear-headed, and respond in the most, I guess, respond in the most logical and safe way, or yeah, just not responding out of impulsivity and instead responding out of logic and yeah, the best steps really in a chaotic situation when our fight or flight's gone whack. and stuff like that too. I guess just keeping this in check, even when our body is in chaos, the environment around us is in chaos, people around us are in chaos, but still keeping this in check and keeping clear-headed, that is important. And we're all human, so sometimes we can also slip up, and that's okay. Like, I've gone through everything I've gone through in life now, but sometimes I do slip up still, and there are times where I do respond out of emotion, for example. Even if we are progressively becoming more emotionally mature, sometimes we can do things without realizing, and that's also okay. And that doesn't make us like this. Yeah, this links to emotional maturity, but it doesn't make us less emotionally mature if we slip up or make a mistake. It doesn't. In summary, my dream job is to be a clinical psych in the military. I want to get deployed overseas. I want to go through boot camp, and it's gonna be hard, but I'm here for that, and I know that I can push through and make it because of my track record in my current life with different things. I also forgot to mention with the medical condition that came out of nowhere when I was 16, just like before my birthday. That was an unexpected thing that happened during my year 11 studies. But I still managed to push through and do well, and especially in psych, ace it. Yeah, and I don't fully understand why I want to join the military yet, but it's something I've been gravitating towards for over 5 years now, and that's the path I'm gonna take. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next video.